You're watching the Watch Along Gang. My name is Sean. I'm here with Brooks and Andrew.
Hey, everybody. Tell me about Howard the Duck.
Wow,
I know it was a comic character.
Alert, Jesus.
Well, what? It's in the title. They don't know what they're watching?
Spoiler.
It's the title. Watch Long Gang watches mystery film.
You need a little bit of foreplay here.
This movie.
Okay, give me your foreplay.
Here's some fun bits about this movie. Not so much because it doesn't really. It draws some elements from the comic book, but it doesn't draw a lot of elements from the like some of the basic characters and some of the premise, but none of the actual story.
Well, before you get into that, so it originated as a comic. That's where where he was created then in the Marvel comic.
In 1976, Howard the Duck came out as a comic.
Okay, I didn't know that's where he first appeared.
George Lucas's sort of dream projects.
Was it adult oriented or is it like a spoof?
Yeah. No, well,
I never read it, so
not a spoof, but it was a satire. It's pretty dark in tone as a satire. But yeah, it's definitely adult oriented. There's no satire in this movie, but you do see the darkness of tone kind of transfer over. It's one of those things could only happen in the 80s because you're like, who's this for?
All right, let's do some Howard. 2 moons. Whoa.
Right,
we're not on Earth. Oh my gosh, this is already weird.
I just like how everything in Duck World is a duck pun.
This is called Duckwiser or something.
Birdwiser.
Rolling egg. Oh my god. So this is a alternate world where everyone's a duck, but other than that, it's exactly like Earth.
Except that it's just populated 100% with duck puns.
At this point, while the credits are still going, you got to accept that point and just jump off.
The name of this world is Duck World.
That was an unsettling image. So I don't need to see the centerfold. Oh, come on.
Yeah, this is Richard Kiley. Spared no expense.
The voice.
Got some good-looking shots, though.
I know, it looked like Superman.
Yeah, the effects are pretty decent here. I have no doubt that, they wanted to recreate Star Wars. What I'm saying is, why did they think this would do it?
Well, they didn't think Star Wars would do it, and they trusted them, so they were like, trust
They didn't even know Star Wars was going to work.
Yeah, they thought...
But, I mean, this is like 5 seconds in front of any normal person would tell you this isn't going to work.
Having so much power. This should have been the first sign of that.
We tried a lot of things in the 80s.
Man, that hair is bitching.
There's everything about this movie I enjoy.
Even that centerfold?
Yeah.
Some things he enjoyed too much.
The level that he enjoyed.
The one in the bathtub is what he liked.
But don't kink shame. Whatever you're into.
Okay, sorry.
This scene is in every 80s movie. It honestly is, because this is exactly RoboCop.
It's funny how these guys are supposed to be scary, but you look at them now, they look like they're so ridiculous looking.
They're ridiculous. You realize that they're just theater students.
Urban blight.
Just complete.
Let the female creature go.
Yeah, that's a jacket you need, bro. Look at that.
What makes you think I don't have that jacket?
Now, here's the thing you missed. He just said that he was a master of quack fu.
Master of Kung Fu, yeah.
That is an actual reference to the comics, because there was an issue of the comics where he was master of quack fu, which was a spoof on Shang-Chi. So, that's a Shang-Chi Easter egg in the Howard the Duck.
I love these apartments. Like, I'm a starving musician, but I have this huge loft full of things.
Well,
like,
they always have these really cool studio things fully decorated, fully lit.
Yeah, and they're always in the middle of the worst neighborhoods, but no one breaks into their house or anything.
So they're always pretty clean, too. They're no, like...
Oh, and the clawfoot tub. Everyone's got clawfoot tub. This looks like the Crow apartment.
It's
that's a
the
very...
same exact set.
Mallard card.
Mallard card. Oh, my gosh. Blooming ducks. Come on, guys.
Left no stone unturned.
There's a George Duck.
And that's literally just Washington with a duck drawn on top of him. They didn't even make an effort to make him look different.
Oh, gross.
Oh, come on.
Like, why did you take it out of the wrapper, Howard?
That's gross.
Oh, yeah, I can get you a tiny condom right now. Like, where? Like, nowhere? I just mean the prop guys probably have one.
That's your wallet, Richard.
Exactly. Why did you just have that?
You got to give Tim Robinson credit. He's never been a snob when he's in these real others. He just goes for it.
Yeah, I like him.
I don't know if you guys had this, but I had scientist friends in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. You don't have
Everyone
scientist
had a
friends now
scientist friend. Like,
that worked at a university and had a huge lab? He's gonna get a job. Oh my gosh, this is.
I would
Crowley?
like to know how he got a social security number.
Oh, he's the towel boy.
Oh come on, man.
Sex
brothel picture.
They got it all in Cleveland.
Hot tub fever.
Where is he getting these outfits?
He had a job for a while, Brooks.
Okay, this is another 80s thing I love. Look at this crowd and then look at the music she's playing. And they're just in there dancing. But outside, they're like beating people up, mugging people.
I think it's 'cause it's
My
Bush-
favorite thing, let's throw them down the whole bar.
Some guys got it, and some guys don't.
Sexual harassment.
Man, okay, now let me ask you a question in
This is
seriousness.
getting weirder and weirder.
If you got transported to a duck world and a duck girl was walking around in her underwear, would you be all like, ooh, no, you wouldn't. I'm not trying to, kink shame him.
Well,
I mean, how do you even kiss it? It has no lips. Why would they think this is okay? I mean, they're shooting the scene and no one's ever like, this isn't going to work, guys. This is
weird,
just
everyone.
This is just creepy.
I just imagine George on the signal. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, faster, more intense.
Yeah. I hear it's like slower, more. It's like, no, slow down. You're like, what?
They don't even lock the doors here, even though this is a terrible neighborhood.
Yep.
3 randos can just wander in while they're going to bed. Yeah, not a good sign.
What the shit? Gross. Just crazy scientists experimenting with other dimensions in a lab.
Happens every time. Are they going to bring down some evil monster? Because that would
Turn
be
to
interesting.
Stranger Things,
Now
Stranger
we're
Things.
talking, yeah. Here's what you wanted, Brooks. Pay attention.
No. They're not going to.
No, it's
Oh, no.
Oh, it's like, good God. No, okay. Where do his legs end? That's creepy. He's got those orange legs all the way up. Like, where does that
Yeah,
end?
like it's like
Like a
Donald.
duck. Like a real duck. That goes right up
Oh,
through there.
that's. I don't know why, but that's creepy.
Telling you, I saw something.
Doc, you're in shock.
I don't think he should be driving.
For real. Watch this movie and then watch Temple of Doom right after it. You realize that Temple of Doom is full of the same exact kind of dialogue.
Yeah, why not? I believe it.
I'm about to become something else.
Oh, great.
He's doing a good job of being creepy here. Everything's a joke,
Falling in love?
It's supposed to be a comedy.
I guess, but. Oh, I love those rotoscoped.
Now it gets like all Ghostbustery on the condiments.
It's not a very good effect.
Yeah.
Man, that was a lot of work just to break some condiments. Now, if everyone's an overlord, what are you lording over?
Yeah, exactly.
Pies. You know what's going to happen. Is this supposed to be like actual? Were they thinking this would be funny?
Do they order 3 beers?
They wanted it to be funny.
They're actually going to cut them up and eat them? There's normal looking people in this crowd. Aren't they going to tie them down?
This is
Put lettuce- what are they
Stephen
putting?
King mob shit. now.
Parsley
This
on them?
is so stupid. Yeah, he's looking worse and worse by the second.
Oh, God.
Ah!
Oh, God.
This would scare me so bad as a kid.
This is super intense now.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's a nightmare.
Oh, I hope no one took their kids to this back in the 80s thinking this would be like a kid movie.
From the creator of Star Wars.
I know. That's why I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Wait till you see the penis claw from his mouth. In
Oh my
another
gosh.
movie, if this was a different thing or they had a little more money, this is where you'd have Holding Out for a Hero playing. This is the type of sequence where you'd have that. Right. Right, we're getting to the climax of this movie. Let's push as many duck jokes in here as we can. Can't they go higher? It's like there's
Don't you dare go through there. Oh, that's so silly.
Now they're screwed.
That's what I was saying. Are they too heavy to pull up?
Yeah.
I gotta touch your leg first.
Try not to be as creepy as possible.
Man, he's just gonna have those handcuffs on the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna quack foo this shit. I always like how a ray
I like how
counteracts another
they
ray.
cancel each other out. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Man, that was straight up fireworks. Ugh. That's got a. Was this before Predator?
Yes.
This is Phil Tippett. He designed all the claymation effects. Like some of the
Oh,
I feel
it's
like
gross.
you fixed it now, you know what I mean? By just changing the little levels of that guy.
Yeah, and don't make parts of it move so jumpy looking. It's just not smooth, you know what I mean?
The movie's
You take
fun.
the grown-up stuff out and make it a little less scary, and it would be a good kid's movie.
30 seconds.
It's not grown-up enough for grown-ups, and it's not kid enough for kids,
it's about-
I guess.
What do we say? And now they're immediately
You know it's the 80s. Because,
Oh, man, and now they're like, now they're big, right?
yeah, after
they're famous now.
That's-
We end on a big
That's the
concert.
Les
Like the-
Paul that I want right there. That's the guitar.
Yeah, and I'll take that guitar.
The Doug. Woo.
I like when the band guys all have a choreographed dance together while they're playing guitars.
What if I told you Brooks is like, this is where I decided to learn how to play guitar? Right here.
I think that's awesome.
This is when I knew music needed to be my life.
Man, I'd be screaming at that song too if I were in a crowd. Howard the Duck.
I'd much rather people be up there making a Howard the Duck than just trying
So
to
we only have,
connect
what,
with whatever
4
it is.
minutes left?
Well, what's interesting about this movie, though, is like, Sean, you're talking about, it's like, and you look at these credits, you see, like I said, Joe Johnston just did the ultralights. All these, this is like top tier talent because it's in between Star Wars and the next stuff
Yeah.
and Jurassic Park and stuff they worked on. So this
Well,
is like,
Kathleen Kennedy, I'm sure, is one of the producers
Yeah.
on this movie because she worked on all
Wait till
the
it gets to
movies.
special,
Gloria
yeah.
Katz, Willard Hike worked on most of Lucas's and some of Spielberg's movies. Frank Marshall.
So what did this do?
On board with this somewhere?
How did this hit the audience when it came out? I'm not really aware. Was it critically panned, or
It was.
did they
was
like it?
It was rejected across the board.
So, like, did it bomb
was a
at the box
critical
office?
and commercial failure. Yeah, I loved this movie because I loved Howard the Duck anyway. But yeah, people were like, I mean, it was like the turkey of the year.
Rock
like,
Number
didn't have the
staged by
Razzies or
Thomas
whatever, but
Dolby.
people were like, why would anyone ever make this movie?
Oh, Thomas Dolby wrote that Howard the Duck song? Is that what you're
He
saying?
staged it said Rock Number staged by. See, Phil Tippett, stop motion
That's kinda
supervision,
weird.
alien monster design by Phil Tippett. Island with Creature Shop. Yeah, these are
Featherers. Look, they're featherers.
Duck World created by. Wigs created by artisans.
Like, I was one of the featherers on the Howard the Duck motion picture.
I'd like to see. I designed the titty suit for the bathtub.
So the budget for this movie,
Yeah.
the budget for this
50
movie was
grand we spent on
37
those.
Budget for this movie is $37 million, which is pretty hefty.
Yeah.
The only number they're showing me for the gross is $16 million.
Richard Kiley, it really was. Spit. No,
Oh, was
spit.
it? The Cosmos.
That's hilarious. I did not know
See,
that.
Oh, it's actually performed by Leah Thompson. She actually sang that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, Thomas Dolby made them, and then he must have
Made the music.
he
Yeah.
written and made the demos, and then she did it. Howard the Duck.
wrote all these.
Yeah, he wrote all these songs. That's crazy.
They actually, like Holly Robinson, all those guys actually performed it too.
Yeah.
Huh.
Howard the Duck. It's not even
The Watch, the Long Gang.
It's not
can
even
do a
like
Watch
that.
Along Gang
A long
version.
gang. If it ain't
Melodically
funky,
that
don't watch
interesting.
it.
It's just
Yeah,
the
that's
rhythm
good
of
one.
it is.
Yeah, it's
fun.
better than I thought it was going to be.
Enjoyed it.
Like, more watchable than I expected, you know, because I thought it was going to be pretty bad. And I'd heard it was creepy, so I thought it was going to be really creepy, but there were only a couple creepy
fun.
parts. I don't mean scary creepy. I mean, like, gross, like,
No,
duck
really
people
weird,
get
cringy
together
moments.
creepy. Yeah, there's
mean,
a couple of them.
It has it,
But
it
not as
feels
bad
when
as
you
I
watch it
thought.
Again, I wonder if like it's not as widely distributed via things like TNT and stuff like that, just because it's a little weird. Like, not the creepy parts at the end. I'm talking about like the duck parts are a little weird. Like if they're like freaked out by.
Yeah, I don't think that
It's besides
parents
that,
would
it's a
be
classic
okay with
80s. But it's a classic 80s movie, just like you said, like Big Trouble, and that stuff's all always used to be on TV. Like,
Yeah,
I've
but they
never
don't
saw
have
this on
naked
TV.
duck girls and
I'm
centerfolds
just saying-
and that's the stuff I think killed the movie.
But
I'm
that's literally what I
saying
just
that-
said. It's like what I think the duck parts is what make people a little bit more uncomfortable about this one. It's like,
Yeah. I
because
feel like
after
if they
that,
had,
it's a pretty classic 80s structure and
if
villain.
they didn't have that stuff, it would be more versatile of an audience they could go
You
for.
could
could
make a
technically cut all that
90-minute
out.
version of this, like, because if you take like a lot of that
definitely.
stuff with the sex spa in the middle and just cut some of the other scenes,
Well, all the stuff
you
with
could
them,
present
too.
it as just a standard kind of kiddie.
Like you could cut everything, from the beginning, have him meet her the moment they get back to the apartment, cut all that time in between, and where he goes, and then have those people come into the apartment just like while they're standing there.
Yeah, where he's getting
you
a
could
job
cut
and all
it.
that. That's not necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that in a montage if you really want to. If you want to say that they had that time passed, but you definitely don't need that where he's in the unemployment office and he goes to work in the sex spa and all that. You could cut all that out and there's nothing missing in the story.
So so the only
I
number
almost
found
wonder,
is
like,
16.
when they're making this,
Go ahead.
but I was going to say, I
just
almost
saying-
wonder why they're making this. Like, some guy was like, it's going to be hilarious. They'll break through the wall and there'll be a naked duck girl in the tub, and they're like, oh yeah. And at some point while they're making it, go, you know what, this isn't actually funny like I thought it was going to be. It's
Now that we've put the work in, it feels
unpleasant.
3, 4, 5. It looks like it was only in theaters for 5 weeks, which is
Yeah.
pretty bad for
weird.
back
We
then.
loved it.
Yikes.
I mean, I was
And
there
it
like
made,
opening weekend.
domestically, I don't know what, it doesn't have international in here. Domestically, it says it made 16.
so it lost half its budget, not counting marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
So
big
the budget means
Man.
that means the budget was like 80,000 at least, 80 million
everybody.
at least. I'm sorry,
Like I remember Stan Lee coming.
I
out
wonder
saying
if
he
it-
didn't like the movie. That's
and it
pretty
made like
bad.
15 million. I wonder if it did internationally though at all.
Yeah, because his standards weren't that great on movies back then, right?
No, on anything
Oh.
like. So, whatever.
Who created
I think
Howard the
it's
Duck, the
great.
character?
Steve Gerber created Howard. the
Oh,
Duck.
I don't
Did
know. I'm
he get
not
any
familiar.
credits there in the credits at the end?
He's
there?
good. He wrote a lot of the early Man Thing stuff too, and then he wrote all of the original series of Howard the Duck.
I wonder if this movie's made its money back over time. Sometimes they're like, it's been 30 years of, steady. Every now and then someone buying the DVD or something,
They
or the
keep releasing
Blu-ray
it.
or
Like,
the
I don't-
streaming.
I don't know if there's a Blu-ray, but it definitely got a DVD release because I have a DVD of it.
Here you go. Here's the first.
I wonder if it ever made its money back.